Hey everyone, Gary Sivs here. I hope you're all keeping well. Been a very, very strange year. Not had much sporting activity to go and attend. We've been watching it all on the telly. But yeah, in general, not been the best of years for a lot of people. But I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I hope all your families are keeping safe and well. And a little message I'd like to give out, having seen a few things that have got to me a bit during this year is any of you out there, it'll be predominantly men that are watching this, and if any of you are having a tough time out there, just remember to speak to somebody. I've seen lads that have passed away this year, took their own lives, who you just think to yourself, if only you'd have spoke to somebody. So it is worrying times for everyone out there. So away from the racing, stay safe. You can all hit me up on my Twitter. My door's open to chat to anybody, anytime. Even if I don't know you, never spoke to you before in my life, because everybody has got somebody to talk to. Don't ever feel like you haven't. Okay, so a little message during these tough times are: stay safe, stay strong, open up, talk to somebody if you need to, and we'll get through this together. Fingers crossed, we can have an attendance at next year's Cheltenham Festival. Probably not looking very likely at the minute, I know that, but let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best, and you never know. Me and my friends have got a bit of a backup plan where we might go abroad and watch the festival abroad if we're not allowed to go to Cheltenham. But yeah, on to last year. I said I was going to do a video after the festival last year, looking back on my anti-post selection. I did get around to doing it. Wasn't the best festival from my point of view, anti-post wise. A little bit better in final selections, but anti-post wise, I got a few things wrong, which I'll go through them quickly with you. We had around a 20-point loss overall last year, and the main areas I went wrong were betting in multiples. I don't think betting in multiples for anti-post betting was a smart idea at all, looking back. And I was sticking to single selections this time. Doubles, trebles. A big disappointment for me was Min. When I had a look back, I was really confident on Min. I had a look back and I hadn't even put him up as a single bet. I'd only put him in a couple of trebles and a lucky 15. And that's, others let you down in those. It's really hard to pick a winner out anti-post, never mind picking doubles and trebles out, so I'll be staying away from that. And we had a couple of near misses. The near misses were Goshen. I mean, God, absolutely certainty coming to last that far in front, as we all saw. So that was really gutting. I had Goshen in 8-1 as well. And then Appreciate It, we got a place return on Appreciate It, but I was convinced Appreciate It was going to win. Did get Appreciate It at 16-1, went on 15-8 favourite, so we got some good value there. Another one we got value for was Billaway. Again, we got some place returns on that. Thought he was going to win, obviously got well beaten in the end. And the only out-and-out winner we had, which was lucky because it was at a good price, it pulled their points right back, was Imperial Aura at 25-1. Went off 4-1 favourite. So we did get some winners in there. Like I said, Min, Honeysuckle in multiples. Honeysuckle I put up for the champion hurdle, sorry. So got the wrong race with 3 or 4. The wrong race for Time Hill, the wrong race for Honeysuckle, the wrong race for Silios Emery. So yeah, there were disappointments because you don't even get a start there, do you? And another big disappointment for me, which was put up at 40-1, was Asterion Phalange. I was convinced that would at least place, came fourth. You only get 3 places on the anti-post betting, and to be honest, I thought I'll go on to him probably in another video because I'm still fairly keen on him. Yeah, he jumped right really, really badly, worse than he ever had last year, but to finish fourth when running and jumping that badly was still a mean feat. But yeah, no good for us in terms of return value. So yeah, last year, a few lessons learned from my point of view. It's the first time I've done a proper anti-post selection type of thing. It's normally like on the day or within a couple of weeks leading up to Cheltenham. But yeah, we'll start again this year. And I've gone for something completely left field on the first bet. We are going to start with the top of the bill, the Gold Cup. Predominantly good for favourites, you know, about 1 in 2, about half of them end up being a starting price favourite that wins. I think Album Photo is the rightful favourite at the minute, but they're just starting now. The horses that have been around him, Santini, Lost in Translation, those horses now are going to be 9-year-old at the festival next year. 9 isn't too bad. You don't get any 10-year-olds winning the Gold Cup predominantly. Even 9-year-olds, there has only been 2 in the last 10 or 11 years that have been 9-year-old that have won. It's predominantly 7 and 8-year-olds. That kind of put me off those. I don't like Santini anyway. Don't get me wrong, he ran a cracker last year, a lot better than I thought he would. But he's not a horse I would ever bet. You just get these horses that you just don't take to, and he's one that I don't. Album Photo, I certainly couldn't be backing a horse at his price right now. Lost in Translation, I love the horse, but is it the age thing of him coming to 9? I think if he was going to win it, he would have won it last year. So yeah, I kind of set them aside. I looked at the new up-and-comers, and I really took to Champ. I thought Champ would be... I thought when I looked back at the time figures, I was going to see some astonishing figures from last year, and I didn't. I was quite surprised. I timed the race of the RSA and the race of the Gold Cup from the third last to home, and considering they'd run 2 furlongs further as well, the Gold Cup was ran 3 seconds quicker from the last third last fence to the finish line. So, and then from the last fence to the finish line as well, it was 2 seconds quicker. So there was like a second made up over 2 fences and 2 seconds made up over that last bit. You would have looked at the Champ finish and thought he was motoring home because he obviously flew by the 2 in front of him. But it was just that Manila Indos and that were just dead on the feet. They were going that slow. It made Champ look like he was going that quick. So their time figures made me sit back and think, if that's what you're doing over the 3 mile, you know, add another 2 furlongs on, which Champ probably wants. You know, he's going to stay the full distance. And I just, at 10 to 1, and I'm probably going to kick myself if he goes on and wins, because the horse I have picked out is at a much bigger price, has done a lot less than Champ in terms of this distance, and it's more of an improver that I'm hoping on. My selection is Real Steel at 33 to 1. Now, there's probably a few of you now thinking, Jesus Christ, but let me just explain that last year, when he came 6th, at 2 fences from home, you would have thought he was the winner. I'd love to know what he was trading at in running, because he was absolutely tanking. And all it was, in the end, the 3 mile 2 just caught the better of him, and he slowed off. It was the first time that horse had ever ran over 2.5 miles. Well, actually, I think he ran at 2 miles 7 very early in his career, about his second hurdle race. But since then, he's not run over 2.5 miles. Chucked in at the deep end. Completely, like I say, completely thrown in there. And I thought he ran a blinder. He jumped absolutely superbly all the way around. He never looked in trouble. He just sat in the middle to back end of the pack, and picked him off coming round into the home straight. Got himself right in contention. A great ride from Brian Hughes, and he just blew up. That was all it was. He just ran out of steam, and the top and bottom of it is he's going to learn. He was a 6-year-old last year. He's a 7-year-old this year. He actually runs tomorrow. He's changed yards now. He's with Paul Nicholls, and I can see him running a cracking race this year. I think he'll just be there for a wind opener, pipe opener tomorrow. I don't really expect him to run too much of a race. I think he's in the race with Imperial Aura that I think will win that. But it'll be just a pipe opener. And he's then entered in the 3 mile at the King George on Boxing Day. And that's where we'll see, you know, if he's up to the ability of the 3 milers. I hope he is. I think he can be a big player in this year's Gold Cup. A bit more experience at the distance. I say he finished 6 lengths behind the winners last year, and it was just that he blew up and ran out of steam. So again, fingers crossed. We're going to start with a decent price of 33 to 1. We're going to work on a point system this year. It'll be about 2.5 points each way, and that is real steel for the Gold Cup. If you're on, I hope you've good luck to you, and great for following. If you're not on and you're just interested in watching the videos, thanks for coming and watching, and I'll speak to you shortly with the next one. Good weekend of racing coming up as well, so whatever you're backing, good luck. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'll put some selections up on Twitter for the weekend at Gary Sivs. And yeah, we'll be back with another video shortly. Good luck, stay safe.